This is day 17 with my Aerogarden. I've added nutrients one time besides the first time that I started. And I've noticed that there's a lot of root growth, and so I wanted to document that the roots are growing in all of the plants. Just lift this up. The plants that started at the very beginning that germinated faster, those have more roots, of course. Some of the roots are intertwining and they're growing together. Okay, and with that being said, I know that these roots are growing together, so they're touching each other, and that kind of worries me because of this right here, this plant that I have, the Thai basil. It's still got these weird spots on it. I haven't seen any. Here, let me lift the light up. I haven't done anything other than what the machine has told me to do. I did go ahead and water it before it said to water, just because I read that these leaves here will turn brown sometimes if you don't have enough water. The roots look okay. It doesn't look like they're rotting. They're pretty long. But I have a problem with that because I know that these are growing together. The roots are growing together. So if there is some kind of disease, I don't want it getting on this beautiful basil over here. But I can see that there are some spots on these already. And this one, same thing. See, it's kind of yellow and brown tipped. The dill, ooh, I can smell the basil. It smells good. It's pretty strong. So what I'm going to do, and I've kind of looked online at some problems that it might be, and they said that it could be my water. And so I used my reverse osmosis water at the very beginning in the setup of this. And it says also that it's good to go ahead and get fresh water about every couple weeks. And this is day 17. So I guess it's time for me to change the water, and hopefully that's going to help. And so when I change the water, I'm going to have to add nutrients back in, and I'm going to be setting the nutrients dial again. So I guess the only way I can figure out how to change the water is by taking the lid off, and I'm just going to set it in here. How long that one is, the dill, the roots on that. Let's check the water. So there's kind of a smell coming from the water. You smell that?
Not really.
Is there anything brown? It looks almost like the nutrients are just settling on the bottom. So I wonder if that means that my motor's not working enough.
Yeah, it's working.
We heard it working. I've heard it working at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then again at 6 o'clock in the evening. So about every 12 hours. It works 2 times for 1 hour. 2 times a day for 1 hour. So should I change the water out, or
Just do it.
go ahead and change? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to unplug it, or what? So it looks like I can just take this out. What is that to right there? Does it unplug?
It's just the power to the motor.
Are you videoing?
Yes.
Okay, so it says fill to here, and it's a little lower than that. But instead of putting the old water in, we're going to go and dump this and start over with some distilled water instead of using the reverse osmosis water. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put it back in. This time I am using distilled water from the grocery store instead of my reverse osmosis water. This was not a full gallon. feel it till it starts. Oh, it
Well,
won't
it's not.
start.
There you go.
Okay. Should I go ahead and add the nutrients before?
Yeah, you might as well.
Okay, 2 capfuls, just making sure. This is a 9 pod, so it gets 2 capfuls at startup, and then for the second feeding, this is actually it's still second feeding time, but since I had to change the water out, I'm going to go ahead and do the same amount. If these were in the ground and having this problem, I would have probably 3 or 4 plants just like it, and I would leave it in the ground probably. But I would probably spray with, Dawn or something like that. Or I would pull them up and plant something else. But since this is all I have right now, and I'm wanting to really give this a shot, I'm going to see if that works. See if it works for me to just change out the water, and hopefully it'll give these plants a boost of what they need. I did see that it said make sure that the light is on the lowest setting that it can be, the lowest height, and the light has been on the lowest height since I've got the herbs. It's not right now because we're needing to get in here. The parsley is looking good. There's no brown spots on that. And this little guy, he's been kind of floppy. He flops to the right sometimes to the left. Not very strong. The stem system's not very strong. And there's another one coming up right here. This has 2 and 3. Looks like there's 3. There's 3, so I'll probably pull the ones that are not doing so good and leave the healthiest. The mint looks good. There's nothing brown on it. So these up front are looking okay. But then in the back, so that may be like a lighting problem. See, that one's kind of looking weird. Now that I've put more nutrients in before it was time to put them in, I need to go in here and change the settings. So you just push that button. The settings are not correct. We want to change the settings. Reset current nutrient cycle, and that's the one that we want to do. And of course it's every 14 days, so we just want to reset that to 14 days. Settings are correct. Now we can add it in 14 days. So this is day 17, and I'm just going day by day, checking on the herbs as they grow. It's exciting still to watch them. I'm hoping that what I did today will kind of fix the problem I'm having. If not, then we'll look into some other ways to fix it.